Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Blue here with another video, and today we're going to be breaking down all of the news about the new season Arsenal, aka Season 17. First up, we obviously have the new legend Ballistic. He's coming in. He's got his 3 abilities: Weapon Sling, allowing him to carry a 3rd weapon, Smart Bullet or Smart Pistol. It's this right here. Basically, he shoots a projectile, locks onto an enemy, and stuns them, causing their weapon to overheat, and the targeted player will take damage if their weapon does overheat. And his ultimate ability, Tempest, which is an auto loader, and what it does is it grants movement speed, reload speed, and recoil control, all improved to his teammates and himself. And the weapon in his sling becomes golden after he activates his ultimate. Coming with Apex Legends Season Arsenal is the fantastic 4th anniversary in the books. We're bringing an arsenal of updates this season via Fragment. We've got some rejuvenations for World's Edge that are sure to improve drops of all spice levels. But wait, there's more, including the debut of Weapon Mastery, robust updates to the firing range, and the debut of the Evac Tower, and more. Looks like we're going to be starting off with the World's Edge map update, and they say that with this update, we aim to improve the overall Battle Royale experience, bringing a healthy set of changes to World's Edge and Arsenal. Starting off with our new point of interest, Monument. New POI Monument. One of the hottest topics for World's Edge is Fragment East and West. This season we have decided to make some changes, starting with our new POI Monument. We know Fragment is a polarizing spot on the map, and we also like it to boot. Our goal is to be delicate and add something fresh to the long-standing map center. So we're just gonna real quick come over here. So this is Fragment as it stands currently. You know, we have this building right here, which acts as a bridge between POIs. We have this part over here, a big gap in between the POIs, one of like 3 respawn beacons in the POI as a whole in this building. Now, as we go ahead and change, we see that they have added a crane over here on the right side and a new mobility option between these 2 parts of the POI. And we continue on. They've removed this building down here entirely. They've improved this section. They've taken out this little market building. It appears they've taken out this building right here as well. And that they have Overhaul. These 2 buildings are gone. Yeah, and then they have gone and overhauled and just given a glow up to a couple of other buildings. And we have this new building right here and this new building as well, which are part of the Apex Games Museum. A little fighting area here too, and this bridge that acts as a conjoiner between the 2 pieces of the POI. Can't see too much. Here's a little ring console that we can see. So for those of my fellow controller legend enjoyers, looks like we'll be going here. They've also seemed to remove the respawn beacon here. I'm assuming it'll be somewhere closer to here, or they've just removed it from here entirely. Fictionally, Monument stands as a test to the Apex games. Its museum celebrates Apex's past, present, and future. It's a shining beacon to us on the dev team, a glowing reminder for how far Apex Legends has come since its initial debut in 2019. The Monument project is brought to you by Silva Pharmaceuticals, paving the way for a brighter future at the edge of the world. Okay, looks like we get a top-down point of view of Monument, aka the Apex Games Museum. And we see a bunch of the stuff that they showcased. I'm sure most of the exhibits are here and here. Gift shop is somewhere around. And then we have the murals they showcased on Twitter on the 30th. And yeah, we can just see that they've removed a bunch of the more choke pointy buildings and given a facelift to this area as a whole. Here's another look inside the museum. If you hadn't seen it on Twitter, they showcased a whole bunch of things. From a design standpoint, Monument is a deep bunker with a quick access sniper's nest for positional control and scouting. The glass ceiling brings an interesting component to the vertically layered fights this space offers. It's a different pace to the familiar collapsed map center, and we hope you enjoy it. That being said, we did make one more big change to Fragment. New POI stacks. Now this new POI used to primarily be in Fragment East. We're talking about the construction building. That building with the 2 zip lines on either side, yes, they have moved that over to where Lava City used to be. As you can see, this is what it is for now until the end of the season. And as we move this over, they have completely removed the train station, and they have added a couple. They have completely just revamped this entire POI. We have the building that most people love, the streamer building. It's over here. 2 new buildings that I believe are different types. They could be some ones that we've seen before on World's Edge, and this building archetype that we've seen before, as well as a couple other smaller buildings in the surrounding area, and a nice little bridge over to Big Mod. I believe that it looks like their design goal with this was to draw people who love this type of building and the fights you can find in it off to the edge of the map, so it'll spread people out more. I'm sure people will want to drop in the center of the map, and most people who love this building will be dropping off at the edge of the map, and it'll provide a nice little slowdown on how fast matches go. The lava updraft is no more. In prior seasons and this current one, we have this giant gap of a deep lava river that you float up, take a bit of damage, and you can get over to the other side. However, in the new season, what they have done is they've removed that. They've collapsed this portion of the train tracks and added a couple things in the lava over here that you can push through, as well as raise the river of lava and make it easier to get back up out of it. You can walk across down at this lower portion, it seems, without taking too much damage, but just be pushing at your own risk. One of the final changes that they've gone and put ahead in this blog post is the change to Harvester. As you all know, currently Harvester has this giant pit in the center that if you fall down, you get the lava updraft effect. What they've done now is they've made it so you can land in the actual center of Harvester, and it has the walkable lava. And the final change is they've added this vault over near Skyhook. Everyone knows this tunnel that's in between it, the little pit POI, and landslide where train yard used to be. That tunnel, they have added a brand new vault there in case you wish to gather a bit more loot. 2 more things to note is they've added Hammond's climatizer technology over near Skyhook, so a couple bit more things of cover. And there's now snow in Skyhook, and the Mirage Etoile has left Storm Point and Broken Moon, but is staying on World's Edge. New this season, the devs have also implemented Weapon Mastery. It's their first new long-term progression system outside of leveling up your account. They took a look at how to make Apex Legends more approachable for new players and incentivize everyone to try out new weapons. So what they have is stats tracked across all of them. Looks like you'll get XP for leveling up the gun as a whole, and you'll get a little challenge every 20 levels. The next big thing to note this season is that the firing range has been updated. What was once a big sliding hill, a couple of towers, 3 dummies, and multiple targets has now changed to a jam-packed center for everyone to try out their skills. As we can see from this brief overview, what used to just be this little portion over here towards the back middle of the picture has now been expanded on greatly. So let's take a look at some of the design changes to the firing range. Familiarize yourself with Apex Legends, warm up before matches, sharpen your shooting skills and movement skills, experiment with different weapon attachments and gear, develop and hone tactics with your squad mates, or practice combat and duels with your friends and against combat dummies that now shoot. The completely overhauled layout has put it inside of one of the testing lab things like seen in Ash's missions in the Titanfall 2 campaign, as well as the Skulltown map. If you look at the skybox, you can clearly see the dynamic panels in the background. This larger picture showcases the jump tower as well as a couple of targets and some of the dummies. Core is the name of this part. Its reorganized weapons and loot layout allows players to find what they're looking for quickly and effectively. Simulated Deathbox will allow you to grab your favorite loot from anywhere in the range. The agility course, this is a big thing. The devs know how important and impactful movement is now and are taking full advantage of that and pushing it. This new little area is designed for mobility. Slide, zip, jump, climb, and bounce to harden your movement skills. As we saw in the trailer, they did do a wall bounce, showing that they know how important movement is to the player base, and they have added an area that will allow you to practice your own movement. Next up is the dueling pit. It's designed for you to duke it out with friends and finally settle the debate on who has the fastest wingman in the Outlands. What this area will let you do is host 1v1s with subscribers for you bigger content creators. And for you people who are my friends and people who just want to 1v1 to practice fighting, this is the perfect area to do so. It lets you test out weapons and legends in combat in an environment that is kind of safer. The new customizable dummies can be configured to spawn, move, and shoot at players in a variety of ways, allowing you to turn on your own combat simulations with dummies against AI targets, so you're having a little bit of an easier time grasping the game. They've improved the target so it'll no longer flip between red and blue to let you know you shot it. They will instead now let you know the specific areas you've shot it to let you know how close you are to certain targets. And lastly, the dynamic stats that track your performance in real time can be manually reset so you can use it in a manner of ways. Finally is the Evac Tower. The Evac Tower is a new survival item, our first one in 9 seasons. The last one to be added was the Heat Shield in Season 8, aka Mayhem. This new item allows you to deploy a zip line that will last a short manner of time and can be destroyed. This new item will also allow you to have more freeform over your legend comps. Previously, Valk was one of the most viable and mandatory legends in order to have easy rotations around the map. Now with this new item, you aren't required to have her on your team or as many movement legends. It opens up diversity, so if you and your team want to run a recon, support, and controller, legends that typically don't have that much options for rotation, you now have the ability to run that comp. As the Evac Tower will provide you with the ability to do whatever you want. You need to be careful though, the Evac Tower can take damage over time as previously mentioned. An opposing squad could shoot this thing down and prevent your team from making that vital rotation necessary to stay in the fight and the game. The devs were excited to see how the World's Edge map updates switch up everybody's drops and battles. The new firing range help everyone hone their skills, and are excited to see how the Evac Tower can be used. And if you stay tuned to tomorrow, they will have a ranked 2023 dev blog posted, and it will highlight some of the goals that they hope to achieve. Until next time, everyone, I'm Blue. Have a wonderful day, and stay chill.